Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Poemas video. So tonight we have the rerun of the Easter event, right? Well, the Easter, event and banner, right, of last year. So the interesting thing that happened this year is they actually got rid of Easter or spring seasonals, and they replaced it with the special costume thing, right? But yeah, the spring seasonals, they're still gonna rerun tonight, right? I'm gonna presume it's just gonna be a 1%, you know, banner with the Easter May and Easter Burgh in there, right? So let's talk about them a bit. So they've been out for over a year, and they were really good when they first released, right? Both of them, and they're still good. Both of them are still good. That being said, I'm not 100% sure if it's like a really great banner to summon on, because again, they're both great units. But if you look at, you know, where the recent units have been at and what they've you know, been sort of trying to release in terms of similar units, right? Again, I'm not 100% sure if they're that great to summon on for, and let me, you know, explain why. Because if you look at May and Lopunny, a lot of great things it does, right? High jump kick, very powerful, right? As a striker, you know, pretty good speed after you mega as well. And you have a lot of great things in May and Lopunny. You have the X defense hull, and you have Hippity Hoppity, which is one of the better, you know, moves a striker has in the game, right? Where you buff your team speed as well. So like Lopunny is very good for team speed. Lopunny could also, you know, tank for a striker, right? At least physical moves. With also the potion and stuff. Like Lopunny has a lot of great things. +6, you know, attack for yourself, right? The big downside is obviously the fact that her sync is not very good, the first sync, right, at least. First of all, it's a mega sync, and there's no multipliers on it, and it's normal type, right? It doesn't turn fighting type until after you mega it, right, which even then it's still not very good. So it's just like her sync's kind of bad, at least the first sync, but after you sync it, obviously high jump get very powerful, right? All that stuff. But yeah, that being said, it's a very good fighting type. It's a good fighting type. It's just a solid fighting type sync. But like I mentioned before, I don't think, as much as I love this unit and how versatile it is as a striker, right? I don't think it's the best idea to try to pull for it, because if you're looking at what units that we've been getting recently, right? We've been getting a lot of, well, zone units, right? This month we're getting Bug Zone, and again, not all the zone units are fantastic. Again, I personally don't think Selgor is really fantastic, but most of them have been, right? Like if you look at Marnie, Cyrus, Giratina, right? All been incredible units. And looking at the pace that they're releasing these, you know, zone units, I feel like Fighting Zone might just be soon, right? And if you're really short on a fighting type unit, well, first of all, you could use Solgaleo, which is free, or Karina, which is all free, right? But if you really want a good one, I'd say probably just wait for the Fighting Zone unit, right? Wait for the Fighting Zone unit, and even if it's not that good, or if it's, you know, not a damage dealer, because, you know, some zone units are, like Skyless, Skyless not flying, are not a damage dealer, right? Which is fine, but at least you can still run the zone unit with again, like a Solgaleo, Focus Blast Solgaleo, or Karina, which are free, right? Or, yeah, all that stuff. Or if you have, like, Wally still, right? Those are solid, you know, flying type damage dealers. So, yeah, also, if you really want to get into it, if you're looking for, like, the best fighting type damage dealer, I don't think it's Lopunny either, right? I think it's SC Diantha with Keldeo, and that's not, I don't think it's really close with any of the other, you know, fighting type damage dealers in the game. Like, I know B's good, Wally's good, again, Lopunny's very good as well, right? But, like, SC Diantha is just on another level. She might rerun, like, it might take a while for her to rerun, though. It might be, like, November, so it might take a while, but yeah, we'll see. Again, potential Fighting Zone could be coming soon, so just keep that in mind in terms of Lopunny. In terms of Burgh, though, Burgh has always been, you know, one of the better supports in the game, right? However, I was never super high on Burgh, personally, right? There's a few great things that I like about Burgh. First of all is Metronome, and if you're thinking, oh, it's because Metronome has a chance for a Fisher. No, I literally do not care about Fisher. Fisher never happens. Alright, okay, there's a chance, but, like, you should never ever rely on Fisher happening. right? And even if it does happen, the accuracy is so low, it's probably not going to hit anyways, right? So I don't care about Fisher, but Metronome as a move itself is very, very good because of the fact that it's very slow. And by that, I mean the animation is very slow, because first of all, it does that pointing thing, right? And then it does another move, so it's basically it's like 2 animation times in 1 move, right? 2 move animation times in 1 move, and that gives you just more time to regen, you know, your gauges. So even though Burgh doesn't have that much, you know, great move gauge acceleration stuff, although literally does have it on if you sync with him, right? Wherever it was, it was somewhere where you sync with him and you was it not Burgh? Am I misremembering? Can't be. Oh no, here it is. Catalyst, right? Like outside of that, he doesn't have too much like move gauge, you know, management stuff. But Metronome in of itself as a move with a long animation gives you really good move gauge management. Obviously, max out crit is nice, right? And you have a lot of these defensive buffs, which are really, really good. One thing I don't really like is this Team Supercharger 5. I think just straight up sucks. Like, it's fine if you're like fighting on maybe a longer event, and then you just need a +1 or +2 to top your units off. But like, otherwise, it's very unreliable, right? Very, 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 very unreliable. So that's, I guess, the one thing. Again, all the other stuff is great. It's just this one thing I'm not a huge fan of, unfortunately, right? A lot of this other super effective stuff is also very unreliable. Can't, you know, obviously, and I don't think people rely on it generally either. So I don't think it's that big of an issue. But yeah, he's a good support. He's a good support, but unless you really, really like Burgh, right? I'd say there are better supports to maybe, you know, spend your gems on, right? At this point, right? If you're looking at, you know, stuff like, or limited supports at least, right? If you're looking like maybe like an Ingo, or maybe like even this SC Lily, right? This current special costume Lily, who also is slightly similar, right? She could also max out crit, give you, you know, not so much physical defense, but a lot of, you know, special defense, right? As a tank, I'd say. Yeah, also the fact that SC Lily just has a higher rate, right? It's probably 2% versus most likely 1%, right? I just think if you really are going for like a top tier support, or limited seasonal top tier support, I think this SC Lily is just a bit better to go for at the moment. So there's also that, right? But yeah, I mean, Burgh's good. He's really, really good. I'm just not 100% sure if he's really, really worth dumping, you know, gems into for, right, at this point in conjuncture. Because again, also SS, you know, Serena's still out there. I know, not a support, but, you know, just in general as a unit, it's so incredible, right? And also, do keep in mind, next month, they did tease that next month we're getting another villain arc, right? So that could potentially be big. That could potentially give us something big, right, in the new villain arc, whether it's a, you know, new Poke Fair or new Master Fair, maybe even, right? So I would just chill a bit. I'd chill a bit, all right, on this rerun again. The units are good. Their units are good. I just think there's better limited units to spend your gems on than these two, right? And again, I'm not saying Burgh's bad. I'm not saying he fell off. He's still fantastic for what he does, right? Great defensive support that can max out crit and has pretty solid gauge management, right? So anyways, of course, you know, if these are your favorite characters, whatever, right, favorite outfits, you should always go for them. But outside of that, I think this is probably in general a skip, right? Unless, you know, you're a whale and you want to get everything, then, you know, go for it, right? If you're a whale, then I'm not going to be telling you how to spend your money. So, yeah. Anyways, have fun, folks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to our channel for some more Pokemon content. I'll see you guys in the next one, then.